Hello everybody, and welcome back to a slightly different episode of Second Age. This is the filler content episode.
Yeah.
So we're down a person.
We are down Luka because Luka is busy graduating.
Wow.
I know, honestly. I know.
Wow.
God.
Fuck,
It's been a momentous weekend, hasn't it?
It kind of has.
But two major events, one after the other.
So, without further ado, we're going to embark on a little side quest that I like to call Thesira's Big Day Out.
Sounds so cute. I know it does.
This is gonna be the opposite of cute. We're all gonna die.
No, please. No, we can't die because then
No, we're not gonna die.
the main second age crew will come back and be like, "What the fuck happened?"
Yeah, we're not gonna
Yeah.
die. We're just gonna get into all sorts of shenanigans that is not gonna be cute.
That's entirely up to you guys.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
No pressure.
So, I guess we will start with the character introductions for the two characters who are going to be in the opening scene, which are two characters I guess, if you're familiar with the stream, you will already know.
Is this a stream?
Or in video, whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna be live on Twitch now.
Oh shit!
Look, we're beaming this out into space.
Yes.
Everybody gets to witness our mistakes live. That's cool.
But yeah.
Non-Earth dwellers. This
Anyway.
is what we do on Earth.
This is what we do on Earth. We waste inane amounts of time going on sidetracks.
Pretending to be people we're not.
So, yeah. Do Minnie and Jayla, do you want to introduce your characters just to explain briefly who you are?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I will be playing Sudar Azim,
Indeed.
a second level
Oh, we're doing that.
grave cleric, or well, cleric of the grave domain.
Indeed.
I'm like a 54-year-old half-orc man, looks a little bit Indian, short tusks, short-shaven beard, or short-shaven head and a thin beard. And I think that anything else I should tell?
No, I think that sort of sums up who you are.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Thesira. I'm a gold dragonborn and a fighter. And I am Kelariis' squire.
You are.
Technically. Yeah.
Oh, don't forget your other title.
What? What?
What other type?
You're a proud member of a certain organization, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I am
yeah.
also the first official member, I think, of the
Yeah.
Amber Eagle.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
This may become important later.
Oh, God. Okay. I better write that down.
Yeah, and of course you have your third unofficial title, which is Kelariis' biggest fangirl.
All right, look.
Wow.
I don't think she would. No, she would admit that. In different words. But
I
she
mean,
would
it's
definitely
literally
admit
in your bonds, but
Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people don't need to know that. It's fine.
Well, they know now.
Yeah, well.
okay. Well, the story we will be telling today begins in a town that, at this point, is beginning to become a little bit familiar. It is the city of Sandstone that stands at the edge of the westernmost river, the city of Mardan. And I guess our scene opens just as Thesira and Zudar bid farewell to the rest of the adventuring companions as they head off into the desert in search of a cult of serpentine beings said to be infiltrating the city and attempting to engage in nefarious activities and at the behest of one of the paladins of Torm, the party are looking into rumours that they may have a base located somewhere outside of the town. So it is probably getting on towards the middle of the day as you guys see your companions off. And with the heat of the day, you're already beginning to sort of feel a little bit hungry and thirsty. When, as you are making your way back through the alleyways of the lower district of Mardan, you essentially catch a waft of the smells of various different sorts of the spiced local foods from a small market off down a side street. And you guys decide that perhaps today you will get something to eat out in the market rather than going back to the inn where you've been staying. Especially as between the two of you, you don't have a huge amount of gold on you right now.
Sure.
That's suspicious.
Wait. Well, I guess. What does a dragon? Well, I wouldn't say what does a dragonborn eat? Besides, maybe I should start over. That is a very bad way to start off the course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so. I guess since Sudor is kind of from around these parts, I'm guessing he'd suggest something local.
Yeah. There's as you walk out through the stands, you notice a couple of stands that they're selling things that you'd recognize as sort of like the local foods. Things like curry bowls and all sorts of different kinds of spiced bread and meat.
Yeah. I guess I'd suggest some spiced meats with a little bit of bread.
Okay. So yeah, you sort of you look around, you peruse a couple of stores. As you're in the sort of the lower districts, you're more towards the edges of town. This tends to be a sort of like a more sort of a less affluent area. So things around here aren't super expensive. So you can probably find a meal for a couple of copper. As you guys settle on something that you want to eat, I'd like you guys to give me a perception check.
One eye. Nope. Well, I didn't roll a Sudar, but
Zero.
Okay.
I'm so proud of
Oh
you.
wow.
I'm so proud.
Oh no, Rob! Rob, what are you gonna do to
Oh no, the meme!
Oh god.
So,
Meme!
as you are
Wait,
picking out something to eat,
oh no.
Oh,
you hear in the distance a shout goes up from somewhere, and the sounds of like a kerfuffle somewhere in the distance. And as you turn your head towards this, slipping in from a back alley, you notice a small tiefling girl.
god.
Oh no.
I can't believe it.
The memes.
It's here.
No, seriously.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
That's just. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
That means nothing to her, which is the worst part.
oh,
Yeah.
no. We aren't
Oh.
playing with her in our party, are we? Oh no. Well,
There's no fucking way. That'd be
Well,
amazing.
let's find out. Come on.
oh.
I guess with your perception check, she doesn't she seems to observe you for a short time, and sort of seems to be generally curious about like who you are, but doesn't make any sort of action on it to start with.
Oh. Oh no. Wait, did she come from where the sound of like the kerfuffle is coming? Or is it just an independent thing that happened?
Yes, but it sounds like it was like she arrived like a few minutes ahead of like sort of like this, well, a few moments ahead of the sound. Like the sound happened far off in the distance, and then she came around the corner.
Right. But like from that area, like if I were like, it wouldn't be weird if I went up. Hey, what's going on over there?
It might be a little weird.
Okay. Well, I wasn't sure if it was like a very clear. Oh, she probably came from that area.
Yeah, like she enters from like across the square and is just sort of like watching you.
I wave.
Okay.
I'm kind of curious about the
So-
kerfuffle, but I'm curious about this tiefling girl that has no importance to Thesira whatsoever.
So, Helena, you've been watching these people for a few moments, before like the dragonborn in armor seems to sort of clock you and gives you like a sort of a faint wave.
I guess I walk over.
Okay. The tiefling walks up to you.
Hello? Do we?
Do you
I
know
don't
her,
know.
Thesira?
No.
Wait.
I was just waving. Be friendly.
No.
Fuck, I don't know what to say. Yes, I'm doing what I wanted to. I'm sorry. You fucked me with your double natural 20.
Well-
I'm sorry.
The memes.
Greetings.
Your character has a certain way of dealing with this kind of thing. It is your forte.
I know, but
I mean, if it doesn't work, just play into your flaw.
wow.
That sounds reassuring.
Oh god, I don't know what to say. This is so hard.
Otherwise, like Zudar can just say greetings, tiefling. Are you seeking anything?
No, I'm just looking around in this small market square. Hello, Rafiki.
Okay. Well, I guess the question is, well, why did you approach?
Well, your friend waved at me.
I just Zudar just looks at Thesira.
I was just trying to be friendly. I don't know.
Oh.
Look, it's. I don't know. I was trying to be friendly, okay?
Well, the name's Zudar. Vazim. I know. Hold out a hand.
I'm Maya.
Maya.
I come from a very distant land, and yeah, I've been traveling the world for a while, but I've run out of coin, and I'm so hungry. I was just looking at some of these stalls, you know.
A fellow traveler.
Oh, if you're hungry, we probably get you. I'm Thesira, by the way, and she holds out her.
Thank you. That is a very nice offer, and I will shake your hand.
I think Zudar is gonna keep an eye on his coin pouch for now.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, look, somebody like looking at us in the distance.
Oh no, I'm
Looking
fully
for
aware.
food.
I'm
Has no
fully
money.
aware.
You didn't spot shit.
That's true.
That is true.
Oh.
Okay. So you turn back around this food vendor to order something for your new, somewhat peculiar companion.
Yeah, something like that. Or I don't know. Yeah.
Ras, at this point, you come hurtling around the corner, and I want you to make me a perception check.
Here we go.
Oh Jesus. I can see where this is going. I think.
Okay.
Ah!
You immediately spot what you suspect to be your quarry, who seems to have stopped by one of the food stalls and is talking to two travellers.
In that case, I'm going to call out and say, "You there! Stop!" and approach,
Okay.
like while pointing at her.
Okay.
Oh god.
What, me?
You.
Yes, you.
Why? I haven't done anything.
Well, I need to double check that. You haven't stolen anything recently, have you?
How rude. Of course not. You're free to search me.
Well, then I would like to search her.
Okay.
Fine.
Make me an investigation check.
You can come up and just search random people.
That's
Ah,
Okay.
that's a 3.
Beautiful. I love it.
You sort of you don't really know how to like you make this demand, but you're not really sure how to like investigate somebody that is just sort of standing there. So you just sort of like look her over. You sort of like you give her a quick glance, but now that you take it in, she seems to have ditched the hooded robe that they were wearing earlier. And if they have it anywhere on them, it's not immediately obvious. At this point,
Are you accusing me because I am a tiefling?
I mean, I'm accusing you because you look like the person who stole something from my master.
at this point, a number of guards come around the corner and start like spreading out through the market square as well.
I'm just gonna take a step in the shadows.
Okay.
Wait, hang on. You haven't seen a hooded tiefling anywhere, have you?
No.
And I guess I'll turn to these other 2 people who happen to be nearby and look at them.
I'm sorry, friend. I have not laid eyes upon any other tieflings or hooded figures.
Damn. I
No, but
apologize. I apologize for accusing you. I may have been a bit rash.
That's a bit rude, don't you think?
Look, it's a very important thing that's been stolen. All right, needs to be returned.
Really? What is it?
You like to know?
Maybe so. You're accusing me again. I thought you just apologized.
I'm not accusing you. I'm merely saying that they're not your position to know.
Well, if you tell us what it is, we can keep an eye out for it. And if you tell us who you are, we can come and find you.
I suppose you have a point. My name is Ramas Ankalab. I'm
Ankalab. It's
Ankalab.
Arabic.
Yeah. I am. Hang on. Yeah, I'm a member of the Stoutheart Companions. The artifact that was stolen was a small obsidian medallion.
Guess we'll keep an eye out for any obsidian medallions.
At this point, one of the guards has sort of like made their way across the square, and sort of seems to have clocked your group, and the sort of small outburst that happened before, and perhaps is making the same deduction as you did, Ramus, as he comes over and sort of says, "Is everything in order over here?"
Seems to be.
Sort of seems to give a long look at you, Maya, before saying, "Well, if any of you see any suspicious persons moving around, tiefling in particular, then please let the local guard know."
Of course. We wouldn't want to, let down or let our civic duty down.
Sort of nods, gives an extended look, continuing to focus on the tiefling, and
Yeah,
then
like Thesira gives them a look like, what?
walks away.
Is there anywhere else the tiefling could have gone? Or is this like is there quite a lot of places she could have vanished to?
Whoever this thief was chose a very good escape route. Basically, the entryway leads out directly into an open square full of market stalls and people, and keeping track of a single individual in this sea of heads is very difficult. And there's 4 or 5 different streets you can leave this marketplace from.
Damn.
Wow.
So, Rafiki, you said you were travelers, but you look like you're from here. What's up with that?
Oh, I myself am, well, kind of a local. Like, I'm from nearby. It's but I've actually just come from up north, from Elven lands. It's, yeah, and well, and this one should be obvious. It's not from around here.
Hey, what is that supposed to mean?
Well, actually, she's more from around here than most people.
Is it? Is she?
Yeah, because
Oh,
she's
I thought-
literally just a few hundred miles to the coast.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess.
Admittedly, Thesira is quite some way away from home, but
Yeah, but
it's not immediately obvious.
Okay, well, I thought we were like out of the Dragonborn land and stuff.
You are, but it's literally
It's still nearby.
yeah.
yeah,
It's not too far to the border.
Okay.
It's like half a week's ride on horseback.
That's not too bad, I guess. Well, I assume you will get into trouble if you don't retrieve the amulet. Looking at Aramis.
Very probably. Or
Mm.
very likely.
It's not just that; it's a matter of honor.
Yeah.
Hmm.
honor, say.
Gotta love a bit of honor.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, well, we can't have thieves having their way around here.
Would you be willing to assist me?
Ooh. Depends. What do you say, Sarah? I guess we have nothing better to do for today.
Yeah, and if something was stolen, it, well, probably should be returned to its rightful owner.
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's fine if we help look.
Nice. Well, it will be nice getting a glimpse into the workings of this place again. It's been a while.
I will heartily agree. I will join you on this fantastic mission so that some guards will stop looking at me like I just, I don't know, committed some crime or whatever.
I'm gonna do an insight check on that.
What are you insight checking?
The fact that she did a crime or anything.
Okay.
It's like,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Well, for starters, are you going to oppose that?
I didn't do a crime just now.
No.
I'm telling the truth. I didn't just do a crime. I'm being wrongfully accused. But I'm not that offended.
well, it's more like it was more the like so I don't get chased by guards for crimes and stuff. Well, I guess that will do. If you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Technically.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure whenever we technically tell the truth, it's not good enough, but it's fine.
I mean, with the natural 20, you probably sense that, like, she's not, like, that offended, she's just a little bit annoyed at the whole crime thing.
You get the feeling this happens a lot, whether for legitimate reasons or not is to be determined.
Wow.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Though I will say from your experience, both in your religious education and your world experience, you do know that like tieflings are very often treated as like subpar citizens, but particularly by guards, because admittedly correctly some of the time they do tend to be thieves and scumbags, but not every tiefling is a bad person.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is very much a racial prejudice that exists in this part of the world.
In the distance, you hear Kelariis yelling,
Yeah.
"No!"
Yeah.
This should not be! Yeah, anyway, Ramas is going to speak up and say, well, if you're agreeing to help, I'd prefer we moved on quickly. Standing around flapping our lips is going to make us no progress.
Well, I guess you better lead the way. Unless you saw something. Wait, I forgot the name. Matt something. Tiefling.
Maya.
Maya, that's it.
Oh, by the way, I've handed her whatever food was purchased.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Quick question. Do you mind like making the things visible so?
Oh yes, yes. We can see what everybody looks like.
Oh.
Gasp.
Boom and
Oh, I like those horns.
They're good horns.
They're very good horns.
boom.
Nice.
Oh, those are good.
Oops, I closed that one. Didn't need to close that.
Yeah, you're a big guy, Gab.
Yeah.
He is.
Nice.
So I'm not Kelariis big.
No, you are decently tall and decently hefty though.
5'10".
You are 5'10".
Well,
I think that puts you at roughly the same height as Thesira actually, but I'm not sure.
Is that how tall she is?
Because she's young Dragonborn, so she's at the low end of Dragonborn height, which I believe is like 5'9", 5'10".
Oh, okay. Well. God, she's taller than I am in real life.
Yeah.
Oh no! And she's so young.
She is also basically part dragon, so.
I
Yeah.
know, but she's so young.
Well,
Look,
she's unlikely to get much taller, but
Okay. Look, I'm just salty about how tall
Yeah.
everybody is. It's fine.
I've got a friend
think
who's
I
technically
feel-
taller than Kelariis.
Yeah, that's fair. What?
I have a friend who's technically taller than Kelariis.
Hmm.
Like, real life friend. Because she's like 6'5".
how do you think Grim feels?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Dude's like literally 3 feet tall in a world of
Wait,
giants.
Helena, I'm not that much taller than you are.
No, that's true, but I'm still quite a bit shorter than you.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just looked down upon both of you, so it's fine.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, well, I look down on everyone here, so let's shut up and play the game.
Okay, so
Uh,
to catch a thief, where do you
Let's
start?
get back to the scene of the crime.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good place to start.
Shillililili.
I will lead
So,
them
like,
to the
also
scene of the crime.
Make notes along the way.
Okay,
So he always enjoys that.
yeah, you
You're
start
just
writing some things down.
chronicling Shit, oh my god.
Yeah.
I love it.
Writing down his observation.
I mean, how can you review evidence if you don't have an evidence log?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even why. That's just because
God.
that's the thing he does. He's always like writing down what's going on.
And you can tap the bits of evidence to make objections.
No!
Objection!
Oh, perfect.
Anyway,
Hold it. So you're going back to the scene of the crime.
ye-
Okay, so
Yes.
you head back to the market street just in front of the the merchant stall where you were busy purchasing things earlier, Ramus. On your way back, you probably run into Mr. Stout. What's his name? Stondry Stoutheart, who is being aided by the by some local healer who is sort of like bandaging his arm, which is actually, now that you look at it, is actually very clearly broken.
Ouch.
As you head back, the rest of you notice Ramus stops to speak to a rugged-looking hill dwarf who appears to be receiving medical attention for something. And yeah, basically you make it back to the scene of the crime, and I guess if you're going to look around, you can give me some investigation checks.
Investigation. I'm not very smart.
It's okay. Oh, we're so good at investigation.
Oh, no, we're not.
We have no brains in the party again.
We are
like,
not
I'm the
detectives.
brains again was like 2 and it was a 12.
God.
No, 13 actually.
Rob, I figured.
Yeah, no, I'm just making sure.
We are not detectives.
Did I? Well, when I saw the thing happen, did I notice anything about that tiefling?
Give me a retroactive perception check.
Okay. A bit better.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll tell you guys what you get from your investigation first. Which is functionally nothing. As a busy thoroughfare, like, any evidence of tracks or anything has long been sort of pounded into the sand and dust that litters the streets. You quiz a couple of market holders. They all seem to have seen the incident, and they just relay exactly what it is that you know, Ramus, that he went to that away. I don't know why I went like faux Italian there for a second, but
Yeah. This is in Italy.
but yeah, he went that way.
Arya?
Is basically what they have to tell you.
Super Mario?
Maya, yes. The thing that, thinking back, you, basically, the thing that caught your eye about this individual that you didn't really note before because you were more interested in being elsewhere, was the person that you saw was wearing some rather peculiar and rather standout jewelry. That something about it triggers something in the back of your memory, and you can't think what it is.
Do I see any? Well, because you obviously, they probably obviously didn't go the same way that I did. So are there any
No.
other sort of like, quote unquote, escape routes from this market square, especially ones that I maybe would know of, that are a little bit more sneaky than others?
Almost certainly, yes. If you were looking to trace this person's steps, there's not perhaps if it was you, as you generally don't have a favourable reputation with a certain number of individuals, but if you were anyone else, there's a way that you might go that you think they might have taken. Particularly with what I will tell you now.
Okay.
Lots of of secrets.
I know, that's the fun of playing characters that don't know each other.
Yep. It's like a whole new campaign.
Indeed.
Man, having like 4 abilities is hilarious. By the way, I'm looking at my features and traits and I'm like, nice.
It's nice being able to see them all without scrolling
Yeah.
for like 10 years.
That's... Well, I guess now that you've like actually been able to collapse everything, it's not as bad for you anymore.
Alright, look. No. Wait, no, I don't have that problem on Kelariis' sheet because I have it all written in.
Oh, okay.
That was just in the other sheet. Which, honestly, I might convert now that I know how to collapse it, but... it's fine.
So yeah, you come to a bit of a dead end with your investigations.
Right.
Considering what was taken as well, you start to maybe couple together a couple of things.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'll just tell them that, like, if it's just a fancy piece of jewelry, then they might try to sort of sell it off somewhere, and there's a maybe fairly dodgy jewelry store in this area, so if you want to check that out, maybe we'll get some clues. Although you guys should probably do the talking.
Any particular reason why? Although I imagine we probably don't have time, so let's just go there and you can explain on the way.
He doesn't like tieflings, so...
Fair.
Well, that's... not nice.
So yeah, you guys should talk to him about that, and I'll just, like, wait outside.
Oh, Thesira's gonna take that out. Okay.
Okay.
No!
Okay.
That's gonna be a...
So, Maya, you going to lead them to Rusty's?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you rock up outside of. You basically travel through a number of side streets that, had you not known they were there, you might have like mistaken them for like storm drains or other things, as they're basically like very, very narrow, very rough. Like the more broad-shouldered amongst you might even have to sort of like squeeze a little bit sideways through. These like sort of narrow little like run-betweens that are just spaces where 2 buildings have sprung up and there's been a tiny gap left between them. But you eventually arrive at a somewhat shabbier-looking portion of the town, and come across basically a to call it a storefront is generous. It looks like basically the entryway to somebody's house or apartment that has the door propped open and a small wooden sign hanging from the top that almost looks like it's like about to like snap into from like rot and age, that just says Rusty's on the front of it.
Here you go. I'll just keep watch out here, you know.
Very well. Head in.
Okay. So yeah, sort of you step inside. You have to sort of like draw this like tatty like beaded curtain aside that sort of like jangles as you do so, and you step inside and basically it is indeed a small jeweler's, but from like the look of things, it's not like a sort of a front market jeweler's. It's very much sort of like a pawn shop style deal. And as you step inside, there's like a number of like fairly sort of like tatty pieces of jewelry, but there's also like hanging at the back. There's a number of fairly nice like necklaces and earrings and other pieces that are sort of like displayed on a back rack. And as you step inside, after a moment or two, a very rough, very, very beefy-looking man comes through the back. And yeah, he is... he's probably just a head shorter than Ramas, but he is built like an absolute truck.
What's a truck?
Describing out of character, not in character.
Yeah.
He is built like a truck. Like he looks like he's either spent some of his life as a soldier or as a construction worker or both. And quite possibly the most unsettling and distinguishing feature about him is the fact that his on the left side of his lower lip, it is essentially at some point in the past it has been split open and never quite properly healed, which gives him a very sort of like lopsided, leering grin even when his mouth is closed. And he sort of sees the three of you enter and sort of like leans on the door frame that he comes through and sort of says, "Welcome to Rusty's. How can I help?"
You wouldn't happen to have seen any suspicious characters trying to sell a obsidian talisman, would you?
He spreads his arms open and just sort of offers a faint shrug.
I guess Suda would jump in and be like, "That's no way to ask for what you need. Well, we are looking for an obsidian amulet. You wouldn't happen to know where we could find one?"
The heavy man sort of like lets out a sort of a whistle through his teeth, like sort of obsidian. Not usually something I deal with. Might have a piece or two that looks like it.
Well, I mean, we're looking for something very specific. So maybe, well, if you could show us, we could see if it's what we need.
I'll have a look in the back. He sort of steps back out through the doorway. Okay. Maya, can you give me a perception check as you're standing outside?
Sure. Woo.
Okay. So, as you're sort of waiting outside, you go around the corner into sort of like just the dip that is around to one side, where you can just sort of stand out of general line of sight. And as you are sort of observing the street of what you can see of the street, you notice a couple of individuals that you recognise as some of Rusty's boys.
Oh boy.
And they
Jeez.
basically they come out of a door off to one side of the building, sort of push the door open. And as you duck to one side to sort of like not be spotted by them, and as you do so, you notice hanging on the peg within the doorway is some sort of like makeshift coat rack. Is a black hooded robe that looks very similar to the robe you saw previously.
Wait, and are they coming this way or are they walking away?
They're walking out of the building, and basically, like the building is a couple of doors down. They're walking towards the store, so they are coming towards you. They haven't spotted you yet, but they will if they come too close.
I guess I will try to not get seen. Can I hide further in this alleyway that I'm currently in?
Yeah, you can sort of like it's not really it is an alleyway, but it's an alleyway that goes into sort of like a dead end. But you can definitely scooch in there and hide. Make me a stealth check.
Okay. Why am I not proficient in stealth? Okay.
Because you're not the stealthy kind.
Okay.
Okay. So, as the two guys walk down this thing towards you, one of them sort of like turns, looks straight at you, doesn't see you, turns back to his friend, and then sort of goes, "Hang on a minute. I know you." He's addressing you.
Oh shit. Hey, old pals, you know. Just trying to see maybe if I could sell Rusty something. I'm still kind of considering it, you know. I know that we haven't had the best relationship, so. How's work going, guys?
They sort of look at you with a look that doesn't quite suggest that they believe what it is that you're saying. Turn back to one another, sort of turn back to you and sort of say, "Rusty said he didn't want you around here no more."
Yeah, I know. You know, just things are kind of tight. You know about my dying sister. Look, I need the money, so I'm a little bit desperate. You guys understand? And you guys, you guys want cool stuff to sell.
Make me a deception check.
Perfect.
You're actually good at that one. Hey!
Hey!
It's sort of like he considers what you said for a moment, sort of says, "All right then. If Rusty says you're causing any more trouble."
Yeah. I've got some friends inside, so they'll handle shit. You guys go on with your work. Don't mind me.
They continue onwards and step inside the shop. Those of you who are inside the shop, two sort of fairly like rough-looking individuals step in. They're both wearing sort of like tattered, like padded leather jerkins, and they sort of step in, sort of look you over, don't say anything, walk around the back of the counter and step into the back of the shop. What are you guys doing?
Just nothing. We're waiting.
Just waiting.
Yeah, I guess
Just
we'll
waiting
Okay.
for those amulets.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, like a few moments pass and Rusty comes back and he lays a number of dark like amulet pieces on the table. I guess Thesira, you're probably the person that would recognize this the most. None of them are obsidian. They are all blown glass.
Oh. Fair enough.
And yeah, Ramus, none of these pieces fit anything that you recognize of it.
Well, is it one of these? But
I guess I'll just sort of look at Zudar and shake my head.
that's unfortunate. Would you happen to know where we could find someone who deals in obsidian goods?
Rusty sort of like scratches the back of his neck, sort of looks at the piece and says, "Around these parts, sorry, it's more of an upmarket thing."
Yeah,
Well, thank you for your time.
that's unfortunate.
Got a couple of earrings if you're interested.
Oh, we'll come back if we need it. If we we'll think of something we would like.
Alright then, have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Yep, we'll walk out.
Sort of like swipes the stuff off the table back into a box and steps out the back.
Just like as we're leaving, I think Thesira turns to Zudar and she's like, I hope he's not trying to sell those as actual obsidian.
That is.
Because,
I
I mean,
have
that's
no
just
idea
glass.
what he is. Is it?
Yeah?
Oh. Well, I guess that is for him to decide.
I mean, to be fair, obsidian is also like volcanic glass, but this is
Yeah.
not the same type of glass.
No.
Well, I kind of I feel like Sudor doesn't know enough about it to like be like to you can't really like inform the authorities or anything. Be like, oh yeah, they're selling like glass as obsidian.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, that's because the person that buys it is a fool.
Yeah. Also, none of you are good aligned, so... Well, with the exception of Thesira.
Well, yeah.
Well, like,
Wow.
lawful neutral actually upholds the law. They just don't care if it's
Yeah.
done in an evil or good fashion.
Yeah. It's just all the laws must
Yeah.
be upheld, even the bad ones.
But my point is that none of you care enough to make it... Well, apart from perhaps Thesira, no, care enough to make a big deal about this.
It's lawful good, but without the moral debates.
I mean, I think Thesira is more concerned about the whole fact that apparently a theft has occurred as opposed to somebody selling some glasses.
Yes.
obsidian.
Yeah.
So are you guys
Yeah.
outside yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we've walked out.
Well,
Yes.
that side just... Well, that was fruitless.
Hey friends! You see those
Hmm.
guys walking in the store?
Yeah.
Rusty's
Yeah.
boys. They were carrying that cloak that the person who stole the amulet was totally wearing.
Oh, they weren't carrying it. It's hanging in the door of the building opposite.
Oh.
Oh, so it's not
Yes.
the same building.
Oh,
Not
right.
not
so...
same building, building opposite.
Oh.
Anyway, the cloak that that person was totally wearing is over there, so I want to go check that out.
Definitely. So how do you know they were wearing it?
They weren't wearing
No.
it. It was just hanging in the doorway.
No.
Oh,
mean,
sorry,
the-
okay,
how-
yeah.
how the team
My
was
bad.
wearing it.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I get these visions from my deity. I was born with a special connection. It's hard to explain.
I don't think I'd believe that.
I mean, you're welcome to insight check it.
Oh. Nope.
Okay.
Gonna look at you a bit skeptically and then...
Uh,
Right, let's have a look.
you didn't even need to roll against that because your
Yeah, my
passive deception is
No, what if it's a nat 1? No.
Even a nat 1 is higher than your insight.
But
yes.
a nat 1 is an automatic fail.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Not always.
Oh well. But anyway. Then, yeah,
no
let's go
shit.
check that out.
Yeah.
Oh. We should perhaps just see what the owner has to say.
Sure.
So how are we doing this?
Guess we just walk in and ask.
What, is it like a shop or...
It's not a shop. No, it's just a building. Difficult to tell what it is from the outside.
Wait, and the cloak is hanging on the outside, like in a doorway? Or you could see it through the doorway? when
As
you-
the door opened when they were leaving, Maya
Oh.
could see it in the hallway.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to the door, knock, and be like, "Hello, post office."
Okay.
Holy shit.
I do not know what to think of this woman.
So, if you're gonna do that, I guess the for the first few moments, there's no response. and sort of like maybe like a beat or two passes before you hear like the muffled sounds of footsteps on cobbles inside, and a woman in a, I think it's a, is it a shamar? I can't remember. Basically like a headscarf thing, not a religious one, just sort of the one that keeps your hair out of your face and the sand out of your like eyes. Yeah.
Of your everything.
Yeah. A woman who's like wearing that sort of like pulls the door open a crack, and it's like you as she does so, you can see that it's like secured on like a small chain. Sort of peers around the door and just sort of like, what do you want?
Didn't think this far through. Shit.
Roll if she recognizes you. She does not.
Hi. Yeah, I saw the post office guy drop a package here, and I noticed that you guys apparently didn't hear him knock or anything. So I just wanted to say hi and maybe make sure that you get it and so that nobody else like takes it away from your doorstep or anything.
Okay.
I live in a web of flies.
She slides the sort of like the door closes like slightly. She slides the chain off, opens the door wide, and just sort of like, "What are you talking about? There's no package here." Now that the door is open, you all can see quite clearly behind. Like there is a number of hooks on the wall, and the cloak is like hanging there.
Do I recognise the cloak then?
Yes.
I'm debating whether or not to do a stupid thing.
Do it.
What would your character do?
Can I just try and walk in?
Okay. Sure.
I will definitely step aside to let you walk in. If you
Okay.
Walk in.
Well, I imagine he just sort of like barges past because there's
Probably.
sort of enough space.
I just want to at least stop her from closing the door.
Sure. Make me a dexterity check.
Lovely. Flat dexterity.
Just a flat dexterity, yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
Okay. She like steps in front of you and just sort of like she can't close the door on you because you're now in the doorway, but she's just like, "Where the hell do you think you're going?"
We need to search your property.
On whose authority?
You've stolen something from the market.
Okay, that's a bit of a jump to make.
Where did you get that cloak?
She looks at the cloak and says, "Fuck if I know."
How can you
Is it
not
yours?
know where something came from when it's in your property?
I think at this point she says, like she like leans in towards you, and sort of says, "Look, if you don't take off right now, I'm gonna yell for Rusty, and he's not gonna be pleased."
Friend of Rusty's, eh?
So, like shoots you a look and says, "I thought I recognized you."
Look, you know how it is. But look, we know that some person, probably a tiefling, stole this little amulet, and we kind of want it back. So look, just tell us where that person is, or not even the person. Just tell us where the amulet is, and then we'll leave you alone. And then Rusty won't have any trouble with me anymore, and you will never see me again.
As much as I'd enjoy that, we don't have no tieflings here.
Well, do you have any obsidian talismans?
The fuck is obsidian?
A black stone used in jewellery.
Look, you ask too many questions. I don't know nothing.
Do they know nothing?
You can insight check.
I'm gonna try. Well, I am rolling really badly.
It's because you're level 2.
Yeah, I rolled one good perception check and that's it.
That roll you just did is rank average.
It is.
She's not lying? Like, that seems to be a genuine statement.
Hmm.
Let's see. Wouldn't we be better off just telling the guard that we found the cloak?
Yeah, well, whose cloak is that then?
At the sound of that, like, she reaches into her like robe and like pulls back the robe that she's wearing to like reveal like a number of daggers at her belt and says, "Call the guard. Well, it won't end well for you, friend."
I will not tolerate this, and I want to try and shove my way in more.
Okay.
Shove
Make
my way through the door.
that's an opposed athletics check.
We don't have to do this.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Chaotic. This is weird for me.
Okay. Well, she fails by a significant margin. You shove her over. She like staggers back into the room, and you step inside. As you do so, she sticks 2 fingers in her mouth and makes a piercing whistle.
Oh boy.
I want to try and
What are you
grab
doing?
her.
What? Just like grab hold of her?
Like grapple her.
Yeah.
I will jump past the 2 and grab the cloak.
Okay. You grab the cloak.
Are there any pockets in it or anything?
Give me an investigation check. Ramus, give me another contested athletics.
Heck.
You win. You have her grappled.
Right, is there anyone approaching at the sound of her whistle?
It definitely sounds like somebody is coming.
Right, I'm just gonna be ready to sort of encounter them and gesture to the others. Get in there and find that talisman.
Okay.
I can keep them busy.
Let's get in. We'll close the door.
Yeah, you sort of you go through the pockets. You don't find anything like in the pockets as you go through it. But it from the way this is built, like this is very much a cloak that goes over somebody's like already like the clothing that they are already wearing, and it's the kind of thing that sort of like disguises your shape and form when you wear it. It's a method of concealment as much as it is a thing for holding things. So you guys are shoving your way inside and closing the door behind you?
I mean, that's what I'm telling everyone to do.
That's what I'm asking. Is that what everyone's doing?
Well, yeah.
It's very. I'm kind of like in 2 minds because on one hand, like, Sudar was the kind of guy that would just go to the authorities. On the other hand, like, I know these guys are bad anyway, so I should do anything I can to restore the law.
I mean, you could step in and make a citizen's arrest.
I guess actually that would be perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Thesira hesitates for like a second and is like, "Yeah, okay, sure," and just steps in.
Okay.
No, but that would be. No, I'll just step in and not do anything because
Okay.
that's my flaw.
Yep.
I hate it.
That is your flaw. You step inside and do nothing. Okay, so
Lovely.
I'm gonna say the room looks a
Close the
little
door.
like this. The door is closed,
Cool.
and everybody steps inside.
Close the door behind
As
you.
I am going to need everybody to roll initiative.
No shit.
Oh boy.
Huzzah!
Oh boy.
Where's
Oh.
Sudar? There you are.
Hey.
Nice.
Nice.
I was so ready.
Clearly.
Me too.
Zuda's also
Zuda.
so
Yeah.
ready.
Look, he's
Zuda's
Zudor's
Zuda's
ready
ready.
to do nothing.
Zuda's ready to do jack shit.
Look, he saw this coming a mile away.
Oh,
He's travelled with Quagrim and companions long enough.
Yeah.
He knows how this goes down.
He's ready for reckless bullshit.
Uh,
God, this feels so weird to be doing, but I love it.
Rob, how do you? How am I doing?
It's good. It's good. Oops. That's the
Oh
thing.
God.
I was like, how am I gonna roleplay this character? But it's actually going okay, I think.
It's yeah.
I'm saying that's it going very well.
I'm loving the character already personally, but Ramos, I'm also like really side-eyeing them, just like, what the hell is going on with you?
Okay, so wow. With a natural 1, the bandit woman attempts to pull a dagger and attack you, but you notice before that happens, so there is no surprise round. I guess we begin initiative as like somebody, like as you finish shutting the door behind you, you run the chain across, you turn away, and then immediately there's somebody like rattling the door handle and trying to get the door open. And yeah, you hear a booming voice from behind the door that you recognize as Rusty, who says, "What the hell's going on in there? Open up now!" Maya, what do you do?
Sorry, I'm naked.
Okay.
Oh my God. Can we respond with voices? That's a thing. Like, are we allowed to shout back at him, even if it's not our turn?
Yeah, sure. You have like 6 seconds of
Yeah,
dialogue.
'cause I was gonna be like, anyone try and get in here with us? We're killing her on the spot.
Oh shit, that's
Okay,
intense.
that's intense.
okay. Maybe that's not what we need to do.
Hostage situation. It's fine. I'll slow him down.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well. Okay.
Okay,
Hooray,
so
not being good aligned.
Maya, what are you doing?
Are these guys inside actively hostile towards us already? Do they look like they're gonna attack us any moment?
As you turn towards Ramus, the woman is attempting to draw a dagger and like attack him back, but Ramus does have her like restrained. And you can hear like somebody moving around inside, and it definitely sounds like the drawing of weapons is happening.
Okay, I'm just gonna sort of like go over here. Shouldn't we have some battle music, by the way?
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Yeah, that's peaceful.
I'm just gonna go here and because I hear this person inside, right? I'm just
yes.
gonna like lay low here, and if she comes around the corner, then I will.
Okay, held action.
Yeah, I will attack her.
Sound the battle music.
Oh wait, can you use a bow? No, never mind. I was like, you might be able to go into hiding with a bonus action and get the advantage on the attack. But I
Yeah,
don't think
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, make me a stealth check.
Jack, are you assuming that I'm some sort of rogue?
wow.
Look,
That's not very stealthy.
Okay.
you're if anything, you're definitely a charlatan.
Yeah. Definitely shots in the back
Actually, not.
end. Oh. To be fair, it could just be a regular criminal, but the kind of one that tries to with a silver
I
tongue.
didn't mean as in like technically the background, but like the way you're operating.
Oh yeah, the behavior is definitely charlatan. Okay, so Maya held action. Rusty is going to start bashing on the door. I guess, having heard what he's heard, he's not going to do it subtly.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the opposite of what I wanted him to do.
Oh, okay. So, the chain holding the door serves its purpose up until basically the curved blade of a great axe splinters through the wooden door, effectively like parting the door in two, and the chain is kind of no longer functional.
Yay.
And he will step inside, and yeah,
Sudar, no!
he stands in the doorway, and yeah, basically he's up face to face with Dudar. He's just like, "Get out of my way!" It's now your turn.
Well, considering Yeah, he's gonna get a reaction if I walk away, don't I?
Only if he's only if he wants to.
Well, I guess
I think if you go sir yes sir and walk off, he's not gonna attack.
He
you.
won't. He won't
I
attack of
will-
opportunity you.
Well, just in case, I can use disengage. So
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can disengage to do it safely.
well, I'm just gonna sit over here.
Okay.
Sooner, please! God!
Oh god.
This is certainly very different to second.
I know. It's so
Yeah.
different. I love it. So straightforward.
Okay. So Zudar backs off. Rusty's goons come and stand behind him, and I think they draw. Oh yeah, one of them draws a crossbow and the other one a scimitar. The skirmishers are the one grappled by Ramus is still going to attempt to attack you because that's what she was going to do regardless. Even with a disadvantage, I think that hits you. Actually, that's the wrong thing. That's a short sword, not a dagger. So different damage dice. Okay, she draws a dagger and attempts to stab you with it, but you're sort of your battle training allows you to sort of turn to one side, and it just scuffs along the side of you, on your unarmored torso. Well, you don't have any armor on your torso; you just have clothes. But
I don't have any armor at all.
yeah, on the exposed torso.
Yeah.
For two piercing damage.
I'm embodying Kelariis with the guns out.
Ayo.
Guns out.
Okay. The other one is going to 1, 2, 3. You don't have advantage on the attack roll, sadly, because you failed your stealth, but you can still attack.
Okay. Nope.
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 Oh no.
Awkward.
Okay. You swing with the short sword, but she just sort of ducks back out of the way of
I like
it.
to think that Maya thought she was hidden.
Yeah.
So this woman turns around the corner, looks at her dead in the eye. And Maya's just sort of like, oh shit, you did see me. Ah!
She does step away from you, so
Oh.
you can spend your reaction.
Oh cool. I guess I will attack again.
I think that hits. It does.
Yeah. Smack.
Okay.
Almost smack. Slice.
You catch her across the torso as she runs back, slicing through her thin leather armor. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's as far as she can go. She knocks an arrow to a short bow, and is probably going to try and shoot Ramus because he's the only one that is well, I suppose you've attacked her as well. It's dice for it.
I don't think they care about their companions.
Ramus. They just don't think you're serious.
Oh, lovely.
That hits you. For 5 piercing damage as an arrow pierces through your shoulder.
Ow.
Thesira.
Ooh, okay.
Kelariis trained you for this.
I know. I was like, Kelariis trained me for this moment. So Rusty is clearly very, aggressive, right?
He just carved through a front door with a great axe, so I'll go with yes.
Johnny.
I'm gonna go with yes. Oh god. Sarah, please don't die doing this. She's gonna turn around, draw her sword, and I guess go...
Shring.
See. Yeah.
Two hands, I presume.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Because she doesn't have a shield at all, so...
Yeah.
2 hands, here we go. Oh, the Sarah.
Cling! He blocks you with the great axe.
We're not doing very well at all, are we?
He turns to you and snarls, "You're gonna regret that."
Oh, I forgot something else. Okay, it's fine, don't worry. I fucked up and I forgot something, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, I know what you forgot.
Yeah.
It would have been incredible as well.
Oh god, yeah! Yeah,
You still-
I'm used to Kelariis having a line, so I was just like, oh, I'll hit one person.
Wait,
that's
you still have
Yeah, don't you have action surge?
I do have action surge.
Yeah,
Fuck it, I'm gonna
you
do
still
that.
have bonus action and movement.
That on fire.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna just action surge, I guess.
Okay.
Imagine you
Fucking
swing
breath
and
weapon,
you
here we
just
go.
like, oops.
Yeah, I swing and I miss, and I'm just like, just fire.
Okay. It's a dexterity saving throw, right?
Correct. Do we just? Can I click it? If I click it,
I think you can click it. Yes. The speech bubble. Yeah.
Aha.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
10
yeah.
fire damage. That is maxed,
That is
almost
fire
max damage.
Yeah.
I think
You're
you
rolling
have
so much
damage
better.
Kelariis.
Yeah, she definitely has. And I think that hits the person in the doorway as well. Just kind of.
I think it hits all 3 of them.
Oh, even better.
Because it's 15-foot cone.
It's a 15-foot cone, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
it hits
yeah,
all
it
of
does.
them.
Okay, cool.
Fire
Well,
coming out the door.
technically, the guy in the back gets a bonus to his saving throw for being in cover, but he
That's
passed
fine.
it anyway. Both Rusty and the dude in the doorway are set alight by the flames.
Lovely.
Rusty seems to sort of like take it and sort of like beat it out like quite quickly. The dude in the doorway has like less of a time, and he's still like on fire a little bit by the end of the 6 seconds. Ramos, it is your turn.
Can I get right to make them think? Right, so they need to think I'm serious here.
Okay.
So dagger throat.
Wow.
Like, can I just do that, or is that
Well, what are you trying to do?
essentially what I'm going to do? Is like actually get the dagger to a throat and just look at everyone and say, "I said stand down, or these walls are going to go red very quickly."
Okay, so yeah, that sounds like an intimidate check to me.
Oh, that was very good intimidation.
Because you're not very charismatic.
Oh, good roll though.
Oh, okay. They do seem to consider you very seriously for a moment. As you're you've got like dagger to the throat of this, like the woman particularly looks terrified from what you can see of her. Rusty, however, after being set on fire, just seems to get really angry very quickly. You don't think he's going to back down. You may have warded off the others, but he is not backing down.
Okay.
That's fine.
Rusty does not care.
Clearly not. He does not care about the safety of his goons.
That's why they're goons.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
What kind of action would it take to do that? Or is that just-
I will say, like, if you want to full on maintain the grapple and threaten with this, it will be your action. There is an important thing you can do in your bonus action. What is the only primary class ability you have?
Yeah. Fuck it, I'm angry.
Okay.
I'm really
I believe the phrase is, I would like to rage.
I would like to rage.
Good.
Wait, but if you don't attack or get attacked, you lose.
Oh, I have a feeling he might get attacked.
Yeah.
Well, he has been attacked this turn,
Alright.
so...
Yeah, I have also been attacked this turn. But I have the feeling there's about to be a guy walking up to me with the great axe.
Well,
So
don't know,
I'm gonna say, with what you did... there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Dude, are you still writing over there in the hallway?
He's actively writing right now.
No. Like, he stepped aside when he was asked to, because, like, I'm not confrontational, I'm not gonna fight you. But now that there is a fight breaking out, he's like, yeah, I probably should do something. Maya, it's your turn.
Okay, I guess I'm just gonna go fuck this, and I'm gonna go all the way over to my friend here and stab him.
Okay.
Okay.
Look,
No, that's
man,
fair.
I want that sweet back.
If you do that, she is gonna get a swing at you with the dagger with disadvantage.
I mean, I can disengage.
Oh, you can bonus action disengage, yeah, that's
'cause
true.
I don't really have anything else I want to do with that disengage. With
Okay.
that bonus action, so.
So bonus action disengage to walk past her.
Yep.
And swing. Okay. I believe as you have an ally within 5 feet, that is sneak attack.
Sweet sneak attack if I have. Is it 1d6?
It should say yes.
I'm such a baby rogue. It's.
Well,
Fine, we're all babies.
Oh!
As he is facing Thesira, like you run towards him, like you run off the wall and just like plunge the sword into his neck, like full on. Who is it? Like Brad Pitt in Troy.
Wow,
Nasty.
that's fair.
And Rusty gurgles in surprise and goes down.
Yes!
Sorry, mate.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
He is dead. Zuda.
Well,
This is done
I guess
great.
I might as well give my allies a little blessing.
Okay.
So,
Which of your many blessings will you use?
bless.
Well, he has bless, he has guidance, and he has resistance.
Yeah, no, although considering the guy is already down, maybe this is a little overkill. Just a single bless spell. It's gonna be fine. I'll bless the others.
Okay.
Ding ding ding.
Ding, ding.
Hooray, I've been
Mutter a
blessed.
prayer.
Yes.
I've been blessed by some ancestors.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, yeah. For Thesira and Maya, you feel like, as this spell is cast, like you feel inspired. You feel like definitely like sort of like powered up. Ramus, however, you recognize this as a similar sort of prayer as your father used to do, and you can definitely feel like the ancestors like watching over you and like egging you on to do great things.
Is bro nodding a free action?
Sure.
Don't give Zuda a bro nod.
Yes.
Sudar does not care for bro nods.
You still
he
didn't do it
do?
anyway.
Okay.
God.
Nope.
Oh, my bro nod been denied.
Okay. So the three of you have bless for a minute,
Yay.
and
That's
all of your things, sir?
Yes, I took a step back, and
Okay.
I don't have anything else I want to do.
Seeing Rusty go down. That's a pass. That's a pass. That's a pass. That is a pass. Wow. Okay. They all want to kill you.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Um,
well,
So, Rusty
Alright.
can do one. This lad is going to step inside, and he is going to swing at the person who killed Rusty.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
He
That's
is
unfortunate.
Scimitar. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, you're a squishy baby.
Okay, he
Rusty,
hits you,
Rusty.
like, slashes you across like your like exposed upper arm for 3 slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
The world's tiniest crit.
Yeah. Let's not forget, these guys are challenge rating 1/8.
Yay.
They are still complete pansies, even if you guys are tiny children.
Well,
Yeah.
it's only half of what I crit was Grim, so
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're not the damage dealer.
And the other one is going to. He probably can't get a good shot at Ramus, so I guess he goes for Thesira, who lit his friend on fire.
Whoops.
Friend
Not
on
sorry.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, that guy is probably like he like slashes at you and then continues to like put out the rest of the flames, like licking his clothing.
It's having a bad time
21 hits you, yes.
there. Unfortunately, yes.
7 piercing damage as a bolt finds a niche in your chainmail.
Ow.
Then the skirmisher is going to contest your grapple, Ramus. So make an athletics check.
Fuck
Nope.
you.
Ooh,
Stay where you are.
Does not get away. So yeah, the other one is going to. I guess she's the only person that can shoot Ramus, so she's going to shoot Ramus. With the short bow. 13 hits you, yes?
No.
Does not.
Bounces off your
I
toes.
suppose. I guess I wouldn't have the shield necessarily, so probably yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you haven't got the shield, so yeah, no, it does hit you.
So yeah, that does hit.
Does
Shield
not
on my
bounce
back.
off the pecs.
Does not bounce off.
Does not bounce off the pecs.
Yeah, an arrow hits you in the back for 2 piercing, so you take 1 damage because you're raging.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thesira.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to hit the one in front because
Okay.
he's currently in my face. Well, in our yeah. Also, I think I just saw him not stab, Maya. So
Yeah, you just saw him slash Maya across the
God,
torso.
Thesira,
Wow.
please, please,
Thesira, no.
why are you so bad with your long sword?
God. We are not
Yeah,
doing
just-
very well, are we?
You go for this like 2-handed like overhead, but he brings the scimitar up and just like knocks it aside, and you're just like shit, it's not supposed to go like this.
Oh no.
Ramus, it is your turn. These guys aren't playing anymore.
Right. In that case, I guess I've got the dagger out, so I might as well fucking try and cut her with it,
Okay.
even though it's shit.
You do. If you calculate this with your strength instead of your dex. Oh wow.
Oh,
You miss. It's
well,
fine.
Yeah, it's a miss anyway, because that's an 8.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a natural one.
Yay.
Like those rolls.
Well, actually, well, yeah, it's two.
Oh, yeah.
threes.
Yeah, you clicked it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I clicked it twice by accident.
So yeah, that's your attack action.
Yeah. Can I like drag her with me?
Yeah, you can. She's
Yeah.
unwilling, so you move at half speed.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna sort of drag her over here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get in this other person's face. And I'm just gonna say like, so I guess you two aren't getting the message.
Okay. Maya. Helena,
Yes, what? Sorry.
it's your turn.
You'll go.
Oh god. Okay. My internet got out of it. It's fine. Yeah, I guess I will just stab the guy in front of me.
Okay.
No.
Nope. Yeah,
Yes,
you.
all get, you're all.
Oh yes,
finished
yeah.
before.
Forget
I
you.
just remember.
Oh.
Although for the others it wouldn't have made any difference, because for Thesira it might have.
Oh, should I roll it?
Yeah. If you roll it first, because if you hit, you might take this guy down. That is enough to hit.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, roll that damage. I totally
Okay,
forgot.
yeah. So yeah, you do manage to. Yeah, with the
Okay.
blessing, you manage to take him down. So
Sweet.
Yeah, I completely forgot about it too.
I also, yeah, immediately forgot that we were all blessed. So I
Okay,
should.
well,
yeah.
Um,
Keep the dice roll, but you can move.
I can move.
You can move. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say if there's no one in front of me right now, I would probably just use my crossbow.
Okay. Yeah. So.
So that would be
Yeah. Roll it again. Roll it again.
Okay.
well, you can just add the d4.
Yeah. Okay, that's better. Oh no. Yeah, it would have been the same. No, it's fine. We'll take that one. See. Yeah. You watch as like from underneath like a bunch of like bags and probably underneath the satchel that's like around her, like on her shoulder, Maya just pulls from some hidden compartment a hand crossbow and just goes boom. It's like already loaded.
Nice.
Right.
Is that dude in the back you're going for, or? Yeah.
The guy
Okay.
sort of directly opposite me. Roll.
Oh, the what's it called?
Yeah, this one.
Yes. Okay.
Man, my sneak attack is going great today.
Okay. Cool. You headshot her.
Nice.
Wow.
Holy shit, I'm taking names.
You really are.
So, yeah, Ramus is just like, I guess you're not getting the message, and she like she turns like to draw her short sword instead of the bow, and just like an arrow just hits her in the side of the skull and just like pierces deep, and she just goes thump.
Nice. I love it.
Sudar, this is rapidly turning into a bloodbath.
Oh, I did warn them. I did warn them. They had their fucking
I
chance.
think I've done enough.
I know.
Look, I'll like as an intimidation thing, or like just to keep people away, I'll like make my armor glow red with the light cantrip.
Okay.
Wow.
Alright.
So now we have a God.
Now we have a red glowing half-orc in the corner,
Right.
while the rest of the room is already rapidly turning red.
Maybe red wasn't the best choice, but you know,
Yeah, this is already a very red room.
it's fine.
Is that all you can do?
I
mean,
I'll move up a little bit to keep an eye on like.
But by this point, by the way, like you are well justified within your rules to totally attack these people because they did attack you first. So
Yeah, but
you
I
can
feel like
you
I
can totally pile in and help if you want.
Like, see, the problem is, I feel like they're being smashed so hard that I can just like take the time to observe again.
Okay, that's no. If that's what you want to do, I'm not gonna stamp on that.
I feel like
Classic
I don't feel like you're in actual danger anymore.
Classic Suda.
Okay. Oh wait, I suppose I should roll for them again. That's another pass. That's a fail though. But she can't do anything because she's restrained. So. So this guy, like, seeing that you're like taking down all of his comrades, is just like, shit, I don't know what to do. Reloads his crossbow and just like takes another shot at, I guess, probably seeing you pull a ranged weapon, Maya, he probably goes for you first.
Okay.
Light crossbow. That's a 6. Just like it like impacts the wall behind you and you're showered with splinters.
Level 2. Level 2.
Level 2. Yay.
Yeah, level 2.
Yeah.
Isn't it fun, guys?
I forgot what it was like to feel fear fighting.
Okay,
What do you
fail.
mean?
Never felt more
This is
alive.
the least fear I've had.
I've never felt more alive.
The bandit skirmisher is like struggling against your grasp and just like is consistently failing to escape your grasp, Promise.
Okay.
To the point where she like actually just like drops the dagger and is like not holding anything anymore. You get the feeling that she's like given up
Good.
and hopes you won't kill her. Thesira.
I saw the other one, or the one outside the door, tried my.
Yeah, there's two crossbow bolts have come from like outside the door, so.
Right, so I'm gonna get up in his face and maybe hit him.
Okay.
Hopefully hit him. Hit
That's
him.
a hit. Hey!
Yes, that's a hit. I'm so
Yay.
proud of you, Thesira.
Go for Sarah.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
6 slashing damage. Nice! You
I
did
did
a
a
hit. Okay. Yeah, you like rush towards him and just like slash across him with the sword, and most of your blow hits reinforced leather, but like as you pull away, there is like a red slick on the edge of the blade. You definitely have wounded him. Ramas, it is your turn.
Cool. So this person's just given up.
Seems to have, yes.
Okay. I guess what I will do is sort of drag her down this way
Okay.
and just sort of shove her into this room.
Yeah, sure, you can do that and make a shove attack.
Yeah.
I will say she doesn't contest it, so yeah, you shove her 5 feet into the room.
I'm just gonna say you, and I'm just gonna be like, stay there, do
Okay.
not leave, or you will be dead.
I don't think you've taken damage this round.
Okay, I took the one that no, oh no, not this round.
Not this round. Okay, so you didn't attack and you haven't. Oh no.
Well,
technically, you took the attack action to shove somebody, so I guess you're still raging.
Technicalities.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Just
say
give us keywords, Jeremy, please. Stop making us play the semantics game.
God.
Yeah, he's just gonna say like, "Stay there, or you will be dying."
Okay. Maya.
Is this guy still resisting?
The guy fighting Thesira, yes.
Is it gonna be hard to hit him with a crossbow because the zero is kind of in here?
Yes, but it's only a +2 to his AC.
Okay. Fire.
That does not hit.
Bless.
Oh, bless.
Bless dice. Do the bless.
That hits!
Wow.
Hey.
Paying off.
Yeah, bless has done well.
Alright.
Bless is doing good work.
Yep, give me some sneak attack.
Woo!
Woo!
Okay. With another accurate shot.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Whoa.
And with that, I guess, we're out of initiative.
Okay.
Because the other one is going to concede.
Okay. Then I guess still like sort of blocking the entrance. I was just gonna say, it's just gonna sort of go. Right. So do you know anything? Were you lying to us at the door?
Okay. With that, we will take a short break.
Huzzah!